Hello everyone, let's start our workshop. Please put some pluses into the comment if you can hear me well, see my screen, and we'll get it started to work on our today's lesson. So today's really cool topic. We're going to create this render. So it's a good I believe example for the furniture showing in some living space. So because a lot of factories love to implement their furniture in living area nowadays, so you have to do a lot of work to become such a picture. So you will need to search for the reference, for the color palette, coordinate everything with the customer, and so okay, the pluses here. So if you are new in our workshop, I'll tell you how we'll work here. So the main lesson will be fast. So my point is to show you that you can do in not the long period great result to achieve the great result. So don't need to repeat after me. So there will be record of this webinar and you can watch it later and do it in your own pace. And I believe it will be great result. Also, you can find the material that I'm going to use in this workshop. They will be part of the scene, the one that I create by myself, and the other one will be linked where you can get models to implement to your scene, or you can use some other models and try with something else. And also, please keep all your questions till the end of the workshop and I will answer them all, so I won't be distracted from the main topic. I'll answer for a few questions now and we'll see how it goes. So, did I buy all furniture models for a tutorial? Yes, I said some of them I bought and some of them I create by myself. So the one that I create, you can download and use them. Quick question, do I download HDRI 1K or higher resolution? I will tell about it a little later when we'll start to work with HDRI map. But if you're working with interior, 1K, 2K is enough because you use it only for the lights, not for the background picture. So you can use 1K, 2K and save some space, for, some power of your computer. So as I say, this is a great example to show the furniture of your customers implemented in interior. So when you're working by yourself, it can be a little harder for you because you need to do all the stages by yourself. So search for references, find the color palette, coordinate with the customer, create a mood board for yourself. So get the result that you exactly want to reach and the customer will be satisfied. Or you can, if you work for studio, it can be, well, in one hand it can be easier for you, in other it can be harder because there will be some stages that will do another people. For example, there can be a person who do modeling, there can be a person, for example, art director will help you to create picture better, and also he will probably will search for you references, or you will do it together and also create some mood boards and implement furniture in the room. So maybe he will do some planning, so this one will be here, another parts of the furniture will be here, and then you'll just do all in his instructions and achieve the result that you all together works. Also, there can be some managers and they will talk to your customer, but in this case they will got some edits from customers and probably you will overdo it again and again and again, and depends how they work with customer. When you work by yourself, well, better to achieve the great result from the first time and not do many edits. So for this point, you really need a lot of reference, so you will get exactly what you was searching for, and you will implement it into your scene, and your customer will be extremely excited. I hope so, at least. Could you tell us specification of the computer? Okay, I'll show you later, but I'm working in AMD now. It's very, very often question. I believe you can see it almost in everything, in every workshop that we do in here. So here is my specification, and I believe from this point we can finally start and work with our scene. Okay. I have some modeling here, so we'll work today with lighting and with texturing and materials. Customizing, well, like usually we work on our workshop. Who know how we do that. So we'll get started with HDR map because we have some sunlights here. We have some not too strong lighting, but it's a little cloudy. So first we need HDR map, then add some external light to achieve the lights that we need, and also for candles, for lamps, and so I'm going to use these HDR map. You can see it's not super strong. Well, in the best way, you of course can search for the map which give you result and this light on the wall, but sometimes you can spend like more time to search it and not found it, so sometimes it's better pick something more ambient and add external light, and it will works perfectly fine. So we're going to use this one, and I'm going to upload it. So render setup, scene, single map, none, and I need currently bitmap, not normal bitmap in general, and I need this map. So Aristea. You can see I'm using just 2K, but I would recommend to use this type of file, HDR, because with another one, with this one, sometimes it's not correctly upload to your 3ds Max and you not see anything, so it's not giving any results. You need to upload it again. So better to download this one and you won't get any issues. Guys, please keep your question till the end because I don't wanna disrupt it. Okay, open. And let's see what we got. So in this stage I can start already interactive render, and we'll see what we got from this map. And yeah, first you can see I have one window here exactly for this shadow. Sometimes I'm using exactly needed objects to reach the result that I need. So specifically for this scene I implement one window. So I have it here. Only one. I have 3 windows in general, but only one with the frames. And also it is with glass. I don't really need it, so I can delete it or hide it. I don't see it at all, so no point to customize this material, only if you will really show this glass and there will be some reflection. So I'm going to modify tab element. Well, sometimes it's easier to do it in the left view or front view, depends where you can see your window better. I can see it in the left view and just select with the frame, because sometimes it can be 2 sides of the glass, so to make sure that you select all, select it with the frame, not just with click. But here you can see like 6 polygons selected, and here's 12 polygons selected when I'm select with a frame. Control and 2 more. As I said, you can detach and hide it, or just press delete and delete elements. But I'll detach in case we will need it, but probably we won't. But so you will know how to do it. So right click, now you just select this window, and here we go. Okay, so start it again. So hold your mouse button, start ER, and finally you can see that we got some light from that area. And what we can do, we can open material editor first. I will drag my HDR map, this one, it's something else, I have no clue what is that. So I'll drag this one, that will be our HDR map, and well, I can increase exposure more. Also there is already some gray material on all our objects, but I like to implement some settings for it, so we'll create also base material first. So Corona Legacy MTL. Now I can select all the objects. F4 you can press to see all the edges, to see the selected object, and now I can assign it. So it will be like super wide. We start usually with 19 value of diffuse, so it will be darker. But when you have your interior, like, you know that it will be darker, so base material can be way more darker. So it can be 90, it can be 50, it can be 30 even. So all depends what exactly you need to get. And as more dark it will be material, as more deep shadows you will get. So also good point. But of course, if you have white interior, don't make base material 30. It won't be right for sure. Okay, so the first diffuse color, next some reflection, and then glossiness blurred. And okay. Wait, what did I select? I didn't mean to select 6. It's way too light. And reflection color a bit darker. So should be good. Alright, so let me increase exposure. I can make this material darker. So at least 50, I believe. And now we can slightly rotate our HDR map, but always drag from render setup to material editor as instance. Okay, so if you drag it as copy, you won't see any changes in the render when you will do this. So let's rotate. Hello everyone who just joined. 60. I need this deep shadow from this wall, so I need light not from that side but from this side, and that's exactly what I'm searching for. And we can see some sunlight, but that's not what we need. And here we go, a little bit, but that's not exactly what I need. So more and more. Okay, let me manually rotate because we almost reach 0. So you can rotate your map only for 360, like the full circle. After that it just repeats, so no point to do it again. So somewhere in this area should be good. I think this one is a bit too dark, so I want more lights. Maybe a bit darker. I think something like that looks good. Here's a deep shadow. I can make my material even more darker, so let's go for 40, maybe 30, 35 can be. Also I can lower a bit exposure, so we will get a bit darker picture. Okay, that looks good for me. Maybe we'll customize a little more exposure after we will set up the external light. And finally we can add the external light to get this nice lighting in the wall. So let's do that. On the left view I think should be good. So I'll go to lighting, select Corona. Sun is implemented from like whole area. Corona lights, it's more like local lights. So if you need more localizing your lights, you can use this one. So Corona light. Wait, no, not the sphere, but rectangle. Also, I'll turn off the grid. You can see all my hot buttons here and create something. Okay, so always pay attention where your lights direction, where this line is showing. It's showing the direction of the light, so if it will be in the other side, you won't get any light to your interior. And even like that, it looks something way more interesting like it than it was before. But I love to add targets, so I can manipulate with my light way more easily. But we can set some like start point. Oh, even like that looks cool. Okay, so modify that, target it. Now I need to select this target. I select like with frame, you can see that I select one light, but I don't need the main light, I need just target. So Alt and click on it, and now I can move it somewhere here. Okay, I believe it's way too strong, but we will customize the intensity a little later. For now, I'll just put it down, and now we can move it somewhere to get what we need. I like this part. Also, you can manipulate with those parameters, so you can make it smaller, bigger, and see what you will reach with that. Actually, I like it. This shadow is more strong now when I make it smaller, and it's actually nice. Let me move this picture on the other screen so I can look up sometimes. So we go into the right direction. But this line, well, according to the reference, is going up. I mean, in our render is going up, but we need it make it in the other way, so it's going down. For this case, you just need to lift your light, and it will go. Maybe not that strong, but you can see the direction of it. Change it, and also you can move to the left, to the right, to get more light, to get less light. So maybe I'll move it a bit further. And somewhere here. And you can see the super nice, super nice and deep shadows. But one more thing that I don't really like in decor is Acid Odd. It gives you a lot of contrast, but you can customize it by yourself, and do it manually. But in general, you can use this one with Acid Odd. It looks kind of good. So if you don't want to do it manually, you can use that, but let's try to do without it. So I'll turn it off. Yeah, and now our picture way more lighter than it should be, but well, as I say, I can lower exposure, I can add some contrast, and we got slightly the result that we want to get, because Acid Odd usually use a lot of high compress, and we don't really need it because it's like destroying the lights of your object. So I'll prefer do it manually. Okay, so I definitely don't need that strong intensity of the light, so we will customize it. Well, the placement of this light is also good. We can try change the size. But actually it looks good. I would keep it. Maybe slightly more intensity. Good. I think so. Also, for contrast, I love to add some filmic here. So where is my favorite filmic mapping here? In the previous version, it's like filmic shadow, I think. So open, and here is rich shadow. In previous version, filmic shadow. And increase it, and you can see the shadows way more stronger. Well, I can increase like fully you can add only one, so you won't add too much anyhow. Okay, that looks awesome. And what we can do, come to here. Hey, I want to make you bigger. What's wrong with you? Okay. So, next step, in general our lights are ready, so I really like this shadow, this deep shadow. I like this shadow from the lights, maybe a little bit closer to the window I'll move, so there will be less of dark part. Yeah, I think would be better in this way. And now we can work with the colors. So also that's important stage when you work with your scene. So implement the colors that will be on your object. And even this stage you can send to your customer and coordinate if he like it or do not like it, and in this stage it will be way more easier to do changes in the color, not the redo all the materials. So that's really and I really recommended to do that, not skip this stage, and only after that, when you satisfied with the colors, work with materials. So always start with a huge area, so walls, floor, and then add all small details. So material editor, and well, I would start with the floor because I don't want to have it gray, and then work with the walls. So here is our base material. Now I can make a copy, select floor, assign material, and let's work with the colors. So I'll just increase saturation. Of course it won't be that red, also can make it lighter because it should be lighter. Maybe it's a bit too much of them, or maybe not. Oh, okay. In this case we probably will need to, if we need to make our floor lighter, and you can see like super over exposure, then you can increase slightly your eye compression. So let me try to make it a little more, and I'll increase just a bit of compression, but till the moment it will disappear. But don't do like that because it will eat all your color and everything. So just a little bit, something like that should be enough, I believe. Color, and also slightly reddish, maybe like that. Okay, that looks good, and let's move on. Let me make a copy, and we'll start with the green, then we'll go to the red material. Also I can make for the floor a darker reflection color. It will also help to get rid of this overexposure. So let's back for this material and make reflection color darker. It should help just a bit, at least it's fine. If highlight compress doesn't work really good, you also can add, for example, advanced filming. I sometimes use it for compressing. It works in different in another algorithm, so it's more accurate, I think, in some cases. So here you can find the shoulder strength and just increase. Oh yeah, and just increase it a little bit. It works way more better. This one I can lower now. Okay, yeah, now it looks good. And let's go to the green color. So I need to select all moldings and the walls. There are two different objects for this walls, so don't be scared to select the red one. So in one click you can select only green one. But for the moldings I can try to use select one and select similar. Well, almost. Okay, let me unselect with Alt on the top view. So Alt and unselect the object that I don't need. This will also I don't need. Window it can be, we don't see it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But the walls moldings, you always can go to isolate and see what exactly you selected. It's fine, and isolate when you satisfied. Now we can assign new material, not the floor material, and also this part I do need as well. Oh no, that was my mistake. I'll better copy the base material, not the light one, because the green one should be darker. So select and copy base material, assign it, and now it will be easier to work. Okay, so let's add some color as well. Saturation, some green color, and let's customize like it should be. The darkness kind of good. Maybe this one I would increase to more green color. Maybe lower saturation. Okay, I think it's good. Next one, let's go to the red one. Okay, we can start with the green one, why not? So I'll select red wall, assign, and let's change to the red one. So somewhere here. Definitely we need more saturation. Oh, this part also in the red color. So I can select and assign again. You can create region to render it faster. And let's add some color here. Lighter is needed. More red. A bit more red. No, something like that. It should be. Should it be light or not? I'm not so sure. When we make it darker, you can see the shadows are way more stronger. So for now, we can keep something like that. I think looks all right. Okay, and also what is else? Yeah, we can apply the same color for the flowers and for the candle. I believe it would works fine. So let me select all those. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, this one also. The planes for the lighting of the candle. Okay. So, assign. Oi, the berries didn't select it. Not selected. Okay. Maybe a bit more color. Maybe slightly more saturation, because here I'm like want slightly more red. Just a bit, not too strong. Okay, that's good. And now for the blacks. And because we have a lot of black objects like table, chairs, cupboards and everything, so also decor. So base, material, let me, wait. Okay, I have to save, can be, just in case. We will fly away from 3ds Max, it happens. Okay, chair, table, also the vases we need. This part, and book also can be. So all this one will be in the black. And the part of the all the lamp also. Okay, now we can make it way more darker. Even more. Also we can add a bit more of glossiness, so it will be more shiny. The objects are more shiny, these ones. And I would add slightly of greenish color, because it will take green color from all over the internet, from all over the interior, but also we can add a little of the color by yourself. It always gives you a realistic view, because from all around environment it will get a lot of colors, but we not able always implement it by yourself in the scene, so you should do it manually with the color. Just a bit, even like that. I believe it's good. Okay, so now we can add glass, add light inside, and move on. So glass material, let's create just a new one. It will be easier to do that. Select the glass. The model that I use, I customized it a little bit, so I detached the part. I don't remember it was detached. Yeah, it was detached, so I detach it and then add FFD2 and just make it smaller. I mean by the height, and then use scale to make it wider. So you can use scale, FRD, and get the size and shape that you need. Okay, I can assign it, and let's create glass material. So we'll start with the black diffuse, reflection 1, refraction 1, and here we go, clear glass. But also in this stage we can add some color for it. So color for the glass material you add not in diffuse but in absorption color. You can find it in volumetric and SSS, here by default volumetric scattering, so that's exactly what we need. And color you can set in absorption color. I need something like yellow-orange color, something here. But even if I change it like extremely strong, you can see that nothing happened. To see the result, you just need to change the distance. So distance as lower it will be, as more darker glass will be. But in this case, 1 is already too much. Maybe even, actually not. 1 is fine. I can make color lighter. You can manipulate with distance, with the color, with both of them. If you make it lighter, the glass will be also lighter. Oh well, I can lower slightly distance. Even like that looks good. Now we can add lights inside, but also we need the glass material for the lamp inside. So I need to select it. Oh, okay, in my scene I already have it. Okay, cheating. Slightly cheating. Sorry, I didn't delete it before. Okay, that's fine. So anyway, we need some glass material for the lamp, but here is a whole object. In this case, since it's ready-made model, usually there are different IDs on the object, so you can go, for example, for polygon, check the number of it. So, for example, for this part it will be 1, for this part it will be 8, or you can set your own, or you can just do something like that. So you I can copy the glass material since it's another object. Right click, change material map type, and select in general multi-sub object material, keep old material. And now you can see where will be your materials. So for now it's nowhere because we need to assign this material first, but select multi-sub object, not the glass material, otherwise everything will be in the glass. So multi-sub object, assign, and now you can see that my glass on this part, it looks dark because it's not enough distance for it, so it will be more transparent, but that's not exactly what we need. So I can copy black material, so it will be for this part. Connect to number 1, and now I can work and search for other parts. So third, okay, found it, and probably another ones will be in the glass. Still don't know what is it. I remember the lamp was number 8, and yeah, here we go, and light inside is already. But we'll go through because I believe that this in the scene that I have saved there is no light inside, so we can have a look what we have here. So inside of the lamp the size is not big. You can see the size of the sphere is exactly where the shining part of the light inside of it. Also, what have I done? So sphere intensity 5, some temperature so it will be more warm, and then also I slightly changed the scale of it. So if you have a look, you can see by one side I make it a bit bigger. It all depends what you want. So if you want stretch it, you can stretch it or not. And also you can turn off visibility, but we have a lot of reflection object here, so it not appear. So if you don't want to see exactly the sphere, you can turn it off and you will see only object. But also we will need to, ooh, yeah, I think we should create the material for the lighting, but well, we can do it later. Even with that one looks fine for now. Okay, and let me see from the whole scene. Good, I think it's good. We can make the glass a bit more darker now since we got more light inside of it. So here is our glass. I can lower distance more. Okay, thanks, good. Maybe a bit too much of saturation. I can lower it. Yeah, and fine. And we can start work with material, because you can see we implement the main colors, looks understandable at this stage, and now we can work more accurately and detail it with all the material. So we'll start with the same pace, I think so. Floor, walls and furniture. Okay, so I can select my floor material, and since it's floor generator, I will work with the multi-texture. So both of them is external plugin that you can install. There is free version in the site you can find, and use them. So many textures, and select all the planks for the floor. Takes time because they are big. If the texture is small, it will upload not that long, and it will be way more faster. Okay, it's good. Now I can connect to diffuse color. Oh yeah, and we should work with the color a little bit, so it should be way more lighter for sure, and probably less saturation. So saturation here, so we add color correction, we use it for many material. Easy way to customize your color, your tone, your saturation, and darker or lighter. In advanced I can make it lighter. And probably I should make it manually, it will be faster, not just with the arrow. Maybe less saturation. Let me create region so it will be faster. Okay. But in general looks already better than it was before just with the color, right? And maybe even more lighter. And you always can compare how it was just with the color and how it is texture. So yeah, it should be even more lighter. And probably we should move the tone to the yellow just a bit too. Okay, let's compare. Yeah, more yellow is needed. Let me try 5. Yeah, I think this one is good. And let's work with a reflection. Well, for this specific floor, we don't need much reflection. Like it's, I believe it's almost slightly visible. So let's do that just a bit with our color correction for saturation and also output for the curves. So output I'll connect to reflection color. Also, if you want to see how the reflection works, you can select material, lower diffuse color level to 0. It becomes like super black. Now you can see exactly how your reflection works. But as I said, it won't be super visible. I'll go to pan zoom. I have it in my shortcut, so I'm going to use it in the future, but you know where you can find it. So I'll probably look for this area because there will be a lot of light, and make it a bit lighter, maybe more contrasted. So open output, enable color map, Then I'll add point and we'll customize it lightness and contrast. Right click to Bezier smooth, make it smoother, not like that corner it, so it will be more nicer. No, I don't need another point, I just need to move it. Okay, even like that, I believe it's more than that we need. We can slightly make it more contrasted. Oh no, and here we go. That happens sometimes with 3ds Max. As I said, it can be very capricious, so at least it gives me an opportunity to save the scene so we can open from this point. Unfortunately, well, that happens. Now I can answer a few of your questions till we'll open it all again. So the links doesn't work for me. It should be try VPN, probably, maybe it will help you, but should be works. Let me try. Yeah, see, it's open, everything is working. Okay, 3ds Max here. Could you tell us? George, I already show you the specification of your computer in the very beginning of 3ds Max when you ask it first time. So about the crash, can I ask something? You can do it while I'm loading our scene. Okay, file open, and in After Effects it should be this one. Nope. This one, yeah, looks like this one. Alrighty, let's open it. For the purpose of shaders, I already answered this question to see all the colors of your scene, if that's what you asked before. Okay, and here we go, back. Yeah, that sometimes happens with, well, I don't know why it happens sometimes with unwrapping, so, and sometimes, but very rare, with curves. With unwrapping, when I'm starting to work with it, usually I'm stopping the render, it helps not crushing, but with curves is actually not predictable when it can happen, when it can happen. Okay, so let's one more try to make it a bit more contrasted, and I think we're done with reflection. Let me see from the whole picture. Yeah, I believe it looks good, so we can turn on our diffuse color and we'll see how it works with that. Yeah, you can see that, like, slightly of reflection. Well, you can make it a bit more lighter if you want to, but be careful. If you make it like super light, you won't see any lines of the wood if you will need for some other material, for example. So always work very carefully with curves. Okay, and I'll probably just a bit more increase advanced filmic highlights for this area. Not too much, but some. Okay, and that's good. A little more changes for this material. Well, the walls material is even like that it can be. You don't really need to do much, but I do like add some volume for it, like a little bump or displacement. Also a little difference in the color. It gives you way more realistic view. So let's do that. I'll select this material and we'll mix a bit of the color, but slightly visible, don't add too much, well, in case if you need it, of course. Okay, so composite map or mix map doesn't really matter. Well, if you want to mix more than 2 maps, then composite perfectly fine. If you use color, it will become super black. I'll copy this color because we're going to work with that. Color correction or corona color, it doesn't really matter, or no, color map, it not gives you opportunity to add the color, it will be different. But yeah, now I can paste here and plug into layer 1. And in composite I'll add one more layer. Copy, and now we need mask, which will help us to mix the colors. So mask should be black and white. The black will be the layer 1, the white will be a layer 2. I love this one, I use it often. You can search for something else, like in textures.com, in Google, in Quixel. There are different kind of maps, just Geordie map, and you can find various and interesting maps. So I'll connect to layer 2 mask. Of course, you need to see how it looks on your walls. So right click show shaded material, or you can select your map and click here. And yeah, mapping is needed. You can see like it not looks good on your walls. So select the walls, go to modify tab, add regular UV map will be enough because we have straight shapes, nothing complicated. We don't need to do UVs for it. So UV map, you can find it in modify list. I have in my shortcuts, and the type I'll select box because we have 3 coordinates, which is in our walls, and the size you can change here. I believe it should be like small, not too big. Even like that should be fine. Well, this one you can implement the same size that you have on 2 others if you can see the third wall. If not, it doesn't really matter, but well, we can do. So I'll copy one of this and set. And now we can set the color. So now we can upload the second layer and just change the gamma. So you can make it lighter, or you can make it darker or lighter, up to you. So advanced, I can make it, for example, lighter, so we will see how it works. Also, you can move your map. If you, for example, don't like this area, you can go to your UV map, you can open it, gizmo. That's very important, otherwise you will move the whole wall, not just the map. When you're in the gizmo, you're moving just the map. I'll right click on the arrows of the move tool, and if you don't see the arrows, it will be easier for you to move, and now you can move it somewhere. For example, like that. Yeah, I think something like this one should be works, but of course we don't need that strong. And don't forget to exit the gizmo, otherwise you won't be able to select any other objects, and of course it's not good. So like it, let me make it less stronger. Yeah, even less, just a bit. Looks like, as I said, slightly visible. Do we see anything? Something? Don't see much. Okay, let me make it. Okay, don't see much because there is none of it. Oh yeah, this one is good. Yeah, you can see slightly visible. And let me add some normal map. I found this one. Painted plaster is like not too strong, but good for this kind of walls, like where you can see like not strong influence of the map, so it will be slightly visible. That also will be very good for our walls. So let me select it, plaster painted here, and connect to normal map. To normal. Okay, and into bump. Don't forget to add gamma to input, otherwise you will see this error very often. And now you can see exactly the result of this map. You can make it smaller if you want. If it's fine for you, you can keep it like that. Should we? Actually, we can make it slightly smaller. So tiling, for example, 2. Now I don't see it at all. Maybe a bit less, so 1.5 maybe. Something between 1.7, 1.7. I think should be fine. They say not too visible, and also the intensity of the map can be less, not that strong. So normal map, and at least in the half, I believe, will work good. Okay, nice. And let's go on. Move on. For that wall, if we'll change the difference in the color, I believe it won't be like super visible, and actually it looks clear better. But we can add some normal map as well for the red wall, why not? So let me move this material, and I'll just copy these two maps. You can select them with shift, copy them, and plug into bump. But also we need to check the UV map for it, because as I said, there's two different objects, like this one and this one is two different objects, so there is no UV for this wall. But we can select this one, right click, copy UV map from green wall, select the red one and paste. It can be as instance, it can be as normal one, because if you want to change the size later, it will implement the other wall as well if you select as instance. If not, and then select the normal paste, and then you can do whatever you want, but I think it should be good. Okay, let's move on to the for the furniture. Let's go to the table, chair, and so I'll select the material, the black one. I'll make a copy because we have it on all the objects, and if we'll do changes, it will apply for the all object, and that's not exactly what we want to do, right? So I'll make a copy, and now I can, let's start with the table, I believe. So table, what we need for the table? Definitely we need more reflection for it. So I'll go upon zoom to see how reflection works in this area with the objects. And go to material again, and should we more? Well, we can, why not? Okay, also we can increase slightly EOR. It will give us more light from to reflection, but not too much, otherwise it will be metallic material. Metallic start with the Fresnel 4, so be careful with that. And what else? Well, I would add some reflection map, so it won't be like super clear, and we'll get more some lines. Some of them will be more reflective, some of them will be less reflective, and it will be more interesting. So for reflection, I'm going to use this map. It's like super scratched, and should give us interesting result. You can find similar, I believe there are a lot of them everywhere. So reflection color, let me see the size of it. Don't see anything. Let me turn off from the walls. Guys, I just opened the link. There works. Try with VPN. The links for resources. The links are works. Okay, the size. Size can be. Why not? Let me see in this area. Oh yeah, but I will add. I'll make less intensity of this map, so we'll get more accurate reflection, but less matte. So select material and influence of the map all over. Let me create region. I'll delete all and create just new one for this area. Maybe even less. 60. 60 looks fine. And also in the reference of this furniture, it has some like broken parts, so I would add bump here. And for the bump, which one for the bump? Well, actually we can use the same plaster. I have another one. Terracotta. No, terracotta is too plain. This one for the walls, and another one and another one will be too strong. Yeah, okay, let's use the same as we use for the walls. Actually, we can copy from the walls, so we don't need to plug in again for the maps. And into bump, show it in the viewport. Maybe a bit smaller. Should we? And I'll definitely want to make it stronger. And yeah, probably a little smaller. So, smaller. It will be bigger. So let me try 2. Yeah, I think 2 looks good. And you can see little bumps in the edges, and it looks nice. Also, for this kind of material, I do like to add double reflection. So we can add, so it will be a bit more reflective, like we cover it with one more layer of reflection, and gives really nice result. So I can right click on the material, change material map type, and into coronal layered MTL, keep alt, and now we can create the polished material. Well, in this case we can make this one a bit less glossy, but we'll see how it works. Maybe we'll keep it like that. So I can make a copy of this one. We can work with that. We don't need maps, we just need reflection from it. And guys, keep your question till the end for now, or till the next crash of 3ds Max. Okay, what we can do here? I can increase reflection color. I can make it more glossy. Maybe it's too much. Okay, let me make 85. Okay. You can see it like fully covered the previous material, but we will mix it in the coronal layered MTL. So I'll go here, and now I can lower the opacity of this material. So 50, and now it mix it with our material. If you want, you can add some, I don't know, color for reflection if you need some more saturated and interesting color. We won't see much of this second material, so we can try to do that, or you can keep it like that. Let me see. Okay, it's brownish, greenish. Oh well, it's a bit too much strange. Maybe just slightly like we had for glass material. Can be slightly more colored, why not? Okay, maybe lighter. And also we can lower a bit reflection glossiness in the first material. So if I'll make, for example, 3, you can see we still got the reflection from the second one. You can turn it off and see how it works. So it slightly gives us reflection. But yeah, of course we don't need that much, so let's go 6. Give us interesting results, 7. Yeah, I think that's enough. I like these edges, looks really good. And let's go to the next one. Well, I believe the table and chair is more or less the same material, so we can try to assign the same material. It's a group, we don't need the material for this part because it's like fabric, so definitely there will be another one. So I'll open it, just select the black part of the chair and assign coronal layered MTL, and we'll see how the maps works. So yeah, show it. Show me the map. Come on. I don't like when I do it like that. Show me Corona layered MTL. Yeah, this one. Okay, this one looks good. The size is fine. Yeah, and I believe the normal map size also fine, because I do like how it works on the legs and everything. So yeah, I think for the chair we don't need to do much. Any changes, I do like the reflection and everything, the bump, the intensity. So we can go to leather material. I need to find my black one, just copy and assign for this part of the furniture. And for the leather. For the leather you also work with reflection and bump. That's actually all you need. So you need to find a good map for reflection. For example, this kind of, it can be more dirty. For example, if you want different reflection in your object, so the more dirty parts there will be, the more reflection will works more interesting. So the light one will be more reflective, the dark one will be less reflective. So we'll start with this map. This one is from the set Airway. They have a really good and high quality texture, so you can find it there. Diffuse, reflection and normal maps you can find. And I can connect to reflect color and come closer to our object. So for the leather we can keep our gloss on it because we need it and work with that. Now I can texture map not link not working. Okay, I'll check it later after the webinar and change it if it's not working. Okay, so don't worry, you will find it, you will open it. So let's make it smaller probably. Okay, not that much, so 1.2, 1.2. Enough or too big? I think it's enough. You also can work with curves of it. Let me plug in this map for glossiness first and we'll see. Yeah, for the glossiness I definitely need work with curves to make it lighter. So you don't need to plug in the output map. Bitmap has its own output, so you can customize curves there. And the same scheme is the same. You are at the point and customize the curve like we did for the floor and for everything. And when you make it lighter, you can see we can see all the parts of this texture now. Maybe not that strong. So you can make it slightly curve it. Oh, not too bad. Also I can a bit change the reflection curves as well. I'll make it a bit more lighter. Maybe not lighter but more contrasted. Yeah, this one I do like more. And we got some reflection. If you need more reflection, of course, you can make them lighter. And also you can work with influence, but I think the influence of this map is enough. I don't want to change it. Yeah, all I need is normal map for it. So I have some leather, normal, so it will be more bumpy. Just a regular texture, nothing special. But it should be good quality. But if the objects are too far, it can be not too huge texture, so should work even smaller ones. So connect to Corona normal, add gamma to input into bump, and we'll see how it works. Oh yeah, it's a bit too big, so let me show this map. We definitely need to make it smaller too. Should be smaller or not? 3. Let me check how it was before. and with normal. Yeah, I think it's perfect sizing. And also up to you what kind of trends should be this bump. I believe by default even looks fine. Maybe a bit more less, like 0.9 should be good. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, the vases on the table should be super easy, since we have already glass material, so we can start with this one. So I'll just select the pipette tool material, make a copy of it, and then we can apply it to vase, and we'll see what we need to change. But yeah, we should make some changes here. Guys, I already heard that map link not work. I'll check after the webinar. Please hear me. Okay, and definitely we need to make it more greenish, not yellow. Okay, less saturation, and increase distance, because it's too, okay, that's a bit too much. Still I need less saturation and lower distance. Well, the color can be darker as well. Wait, that's saturation, not the darkness. Can work with the color. Lower saturation. More greenish probably. Let me come closer, I don't see the color normally. Yeah, even less saturation, so slightly visible color. But yeah, in general looks fine. Maybe a bit more to yellow, like slightly different, but okay, good. Should we make it a little darker? We can, just a bit. And also too much of reflection, I want to make it less, so reflection color just lower. Yeah, that's way more better, maybe even less. Good. Good. Maybe absorption slightly lighter. 200. Nah. Yeah. Good, 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 good. 12. Still not satisfied with the color. Okay. 20. Too much. 70. Yeah, okay. That looks fine. Let me have a look from the camera. Yeah, it fits very well with the color and with the tone and with everything. And let's go to the next one. So this way is what we can do with that one. So another copy of the black material and assign to this vase. I have some stripes here. Yeah, displacement. I believe that I haven't put the link for it. It's from Quixel. Let me find it by the name, and after webinar I'll add it. So Quixel, I can search by the name. Oh, come on. Okay. And yeah, here you go. So this one I'm going to use from this shader displacement and normal maps to get these lines of the vase. So let's start it. I'll start with diffusion map. Hi, who just joined. And guys, don't forget to like this video if you enjoy it so far. I will appreciate it a lot, because we do a lot of interesting content, and if you still haven't subscribed to our channel, that's perfect time to do that. So I plug in into material the map just to see how it looks on it, but it looks fine, so I don't need to do anything here. Now I can work with displacement. So for displacement I'm going to use modifier, and there I'll drag my map as instant. Now I can customize the intensity of it. So max is how strong the texture going outside, min is how strong it's going inside. So 2 ways is going, so 2 ways you can customize it. So I'll increase a lot for at the beginning, and we'll see how it works. But be careful, because it change your object like physically, not just texture. And you can see like some parts are going probably from inside part outside, so that's definitely not exactly what we need to get. So be very careful with displacement, because it can intersect your object or fly away from your object. So always be careful. Okay, I can lower this one and this one. Still too much. So I'll probably work just with the max level. Even like that, I don't want to change much. We can see like a lot of small details already from displacement. So I don't think that we really need normal map here, but you always can try it and see if it gives better result. You can keep it. If not, you always can delete it. So I can try and we'll see, but I believe we don't need it at all. So normal at gamma into bump, and yeah, it's too much, so yeah, I'll just delete it. We don't need that strong small details, because normal is worked for small details, displacement work more for the huge details, but in this specific case it also apply a lot of small details, which are fine with us. Okay, have to remove noise from the render. Lighting and render longer, and you will remove it. And keep your question till the end, please. Don't look at the chat, Irena. Don't look at the chat. Okay, what we'll do next? Well, this one we don't need to do much. This one we can turn on the candle first, and also a little customize the material. So for the candles, for the skin, for the some kind of fruits, is good to apply the SSS material, because well, exactly, if you have some light on this object, exactly, if in this case it's candle, so there will be a light to this material. SSS will give you opportunity to like a light coming inside of the material, and it's a bit glowing and gives like when you look at your fingers, for example, at the light, you will see it like a bit transparent and like light inside of your skin, and you will get exactly result with the SSS material. So what we'll do first, probably light and then material for the candle. So we have two planes. That's usually how you can create the light for the candles, for the fireplace, and for the fire in the fireplace, and so I can copy this material, for example, and all I need is two maps for the fire and for the opacity of a layer. Pan zoom is here. You can find it, and out and in, and scroll. So boom. Select material, select object that you need to apply, and assign it. Next, you can plug and map to diffuse, show it in the render, in the viewport, and now yeah, and we need opacity, otherwise you will see this frame around the fire, and that's not what we need. So for that we have a black and white map, but you know that you can easily create this picture, black and white texture from the main texture. So you can search in Google some fire and use it, and then create black and white texture for opacity, and it disappears. And one more thing, so it will glow a little bit, some light will be there, so you can plug and diffuse map into self-illumination slot, so you can find it under the opacity color. And also customize intensity, so you need to select material and customize its intensity. You can find it in advanced option, and here is multiplier. So 1, and it started glowing. Let me see from the camera how strong it should be. Also we will set the normal light, corona light, so we don't need like physical light from this material. Self-illumination in material is just for like slightly visible effect. The lights you get exactly from the lights, not from the material, so be careful with that. And don't try to increase a lot of multiply here, but I want to make it slightly less, so I'll see more of the light. Okay, good, and now I can create some corona light inside. Yeah, sphere type, just inside of it. Similar like we had to do in a lamp, you do with the candle. But in this case we need to turn off its visibility, otherwise you will see how it looks, just the sphere. So turn off, and now you can customize the intensity. You can make it more warmer. Let me see what we get from this light, because we don't need like a lot of light. Well, we can make it a bit bigger, I believe, and you can see some light is going to the lamp, but yeah, we don't need that strong. I'll make it lower, and also I'll apply some more warm color in Kelvin temperature, but well, probably not that much, just a bit, and lower intensity more. So slightly, we don't need like super extremely visible light from the candle, just a bit. That's all we need. Maybe even colder and less intensity. Enough? I think it's enough. Well, we can increase radius if you want to influence over this light for bigger area. Why not? Can we? We can, but probably not that much. Intensity even lower. And that's good. Let me have a look from the camera. Yeah, perfect, fine, perfectly fine. And now the material of the candle. So you can see like it looks not interesting at all. So you can select this material, make a copy. Do we need this normal? Maybe not. Well, yeah, I'll delete for now, and we'll see if we want to add, we can add later. But for now I'm interested in volumetric. So open this tab, then select SSS, and then go a bit lower, and surface scattering is here. So first it's amount, and then how strong it will be. So radius, how strong will be influence of this material. So you can increase. And why I don't see anything? Yeah, sure. Why I don't see? Because I haven't assigned this material. So select candle, assign material. Okay, it's a bit more visible now. And now I can increase a radius, and you can see that influence of this scattering is going down, and the lighting is going inside of the candle, and you customize as much as you can. So this one looks nice. Not too strong, but something like that should be fine. Okay, that's good. Delete all the regions, and let's move on to the next one. So I would make the fast glass for cupboard. I think would be nice to see through it. Oh, I have a lot of groups here, so open. Okay, let me see if it selected all the sides. Yeah, that's good. And now we can create glass. I'll start with the same from the lamp glass. So I'll select this pipette tool, copy it, and assign to the cardboard. Cup. You understand it, right? Okay, for this part. It's too dark, so I need to make it lighter in volumetric. So distance just increase till you will get what you want. Still too much. Well, I can make lighter color, so we'll see better, and also distance. Okay, I think something like that should be fine. Maybe a bit more color I would like to see. So just increase saturation. And the objects inside, I can make them lighter because they are too dark. Also, it will influence the main furniture. So you can copy the base material, select all decor inside, assign, and make it lighter. Don't make it extremely light, will be weird. So something like that should be enough. And now I can make darker glass again, just a bit, not too strong. And also we need some lights. Yeah, and the color, I don't like the pinky color, I mean yellow. I want more greenish of the glass, so I'll move the color somewhere in this area so it will fit to my walls better. Okay, that's good. Just a bit more greenish. Okay, good. And let's add some stripes for the bump. So I'll use just regular black and white map. You can make it in the Photoshop, nothing complicated, or you can find something in Google. So drag it. Where's my glass? And into bump. We don't need a corona normal because it's just regular bump, so you can connect it just normal bump. And I don't see anything. Okay, let me show in the viewport. Probably we need some mapping. Okay, I can select glass again, UV map. Oh yeah, and here we go. We can see it finally. We need it not that huge, probably smaller. Oh, that's not size. Also, reflection is too strong. We should lower the color. Make it darker. Okay, good. Now I think that's too much of the color of the glass, but first I want to make it even smaller, I think. Yeah, and less intensity because it's too strong. So material, and here you can find the bump and lower intensity. 0.4, 0.5, or maybe even 0.1. No, definitely not. We need something from it. So some of the bumpy intensity should be. So yeah, 0.4 or 0, or 0, no, 0.4 is good. Let's keep it, and less color. So scattering, lower saturation, and now it's good. If you need more color, you can add, but for me it looks good. Okay, what else we can do here? Well, in general it already looks good. All we need is probably just the flowers. We can make it super fast, I think. So all these flower models, I'm not modeling the flowers, unfortunately. It's ready-made, so all I need is just customize the material for it. So we can start with this one and then go to the berries and then go to the rose and customize it all. So let me select material, and as usual I can make a copy. I don't need this bump because it's flowers, right? So this one for the color, for this one flower, and I can plug into diffuse. For the plants is like not complicated material at all. I believe you can handle them. For now we need to customize the color of it, so probably I'll make it a little more intensive. So saturation higher, I want some more color on the flower, and the saturation not gives me this opportunity. I want the most solid color in it. Well, we can add composite map here to the layer 1, add new layer and add just color, so it will cover all the texture, and then customize like we do like. So color correction, I can select color, for example, from the texture, and we'll see how it works. So to the layer 2, I don't really need any of the mask. Well, it covers our stem as well. We need only flower, but well, we'll see. We can change the type. Overlay won't work. Well, actually not too bad. I thought it would be worse. Soft light, definitely not. Darken can be multiply is good. Multiply is exactly what I need. But I don't need that much of this color, so I can lower opacity till I like it. 80 can be, but also I can make this color lighter, so it won't be that heavy. And we can compare. Composite, turn it off, turn it on. Maybe even less of opacity. Yeah, I think this one looks good. Also, what else? Also, I can add a little of translucency. I believe for this exactly flower we don't need much, so we can start with 0.5. The color is white. It's too strong. It's too transparent. So definitely we need a less. 0.2. Let me compare 0 and 0.2. Nothing much changes, right? Okay, 3, 2. In this specific case, it doesn't work too strongly, so we can keep like that, and it should be good. Okay, this one is done. Well, maybe I'll make less of the glossiness for it, because it definitely won't be that shiny. 4. Okay, that's good. And let's go to the bears. The bears are a little work with those bears, so it was a solid object. Okay, let me explain a bit later what I will do. So first I'll do the wooden part, so I can create new material for it. So select these parts, assign, or maybe not. I can copy the pink material, so it won't be that weird for you. And this one can be, no, this one for the rose, I believe. Okay, this one will be for diffuse color, but we don't need that dark, so I'll add color correction and make it lighter. Maybe even more lighter. Maybe not that strong. Okay, that's good. We don't actually need much reflection, but I can add like slightly visible, like 0.2 and darker reflection, so it won't be reflective, but some of them of it will be there. And let's go for the berries. So for the berries, for the berries I can actually copy the candle material, because berries also will be the same type of the material with SSS. So I can use this one and select berries, assign it, and it immediately got some more interesting result, not just the color. And let's use some texture. So this one from this model, so I'm going to use it, so it will be inside of the berry more dark and outside will be more lighter, and connect to diffuse. And of course we don't need that much color. Oh, my poor eyes. So less color, more yellow, I think. So all the flowers should be in the same color palette, maybe more saturation. Maybe lighter. Oi. Okay, also we will need to okay, this one actually not too bad, maybe a little less. Also I can increase gamma. Okay, this one too light, this one is fine. We come closer. Also you can manipulate with the color of SSS, but I don't know, for me it looks fine. Also we can try to customize intensity of it. You can make it bigger, smaller. Well, actually can be. Why not? Maybe not that strong, but something like that should be nice. So as I said, I manipulate a bit with this model, so I don't want like all the berries like the same color. It doesn't look natural, right? Usually it's like some of them are more reddy, some of them more greenish, so you can work with the model as well. But in this specific one, ID for all the berries was all the same, so it was all the one object with the stem and the berries. So all I need to go, if you want to separate the berries and customize their ID, you need to go to main model. Okay, first you will need to create, well, in this case you won't do like that. You will need to create the multi-sub object, so you will see all the numbers that has this model. I'll do that, but for example, like that. And now when you go to element, you can select from the list all the object with this number. So for the berries was, I think, number 2 or maybe number 3, since, yeah, 3 or 4. You select them, detach them, and then you can customize its ID by its own. So I did it before, but you can do next. So you select all your berries. Well, for now you can see anything because we have one material on it, but also I can change berries material for multi-sub object material. Keep old material to 2 element, and now you can see that I select from the list the parts of the berries. But first you need to customize it, and you can do next when you have like a lot of berries, a lot of leaves and everything, and you want set them different IDs, so you can create different materials and multi-sub objects with different colors, so it will be more interesting. Well, of course you can do it manual, like select the berries somehow, and then set ID, the number that you want to. But of course, if you have like a lot of berries leaves, it's not the very useful variant to do that. So here you can find the very good modifier for that. The name of it, material by element, you can find it in the list, of course, somewhere here. Yeah, material by element. So all you need is set this modifier under into your object, and then you can set how many of IDs and percentage of each IDs. For example, here will be 50 for one, 50 for another one. Or you can do random and set 2 IDs, 3 IDs, 4 IDs, and it will separate your object for 5 different IDs like randomly. And then you just convert to editable poly and work with multi-sub object. I hope it's clear and useful, and you will try to do that. Okay, that's fine. And now I can back color, return color to our theme, and work with the bears. So all I need, I have 3 IDs for it, and I'll just make different lightness. No, not like that. I need also the maps, because I'll make change in the gamma. So 1 and another one. Now I can connect number 2 and number 3. So let's work with the second one and make it lighter. And the last one will probably make darker. Or you can do it in your own way, exactly what you want to get. Darker, lighter. Also maybe first one also a bit darker. Maybe, yeah. I was wondering why I don't see the result of the super red, because on my bear is material by element, and it separates my object for just 2 IDs, not for the 3 like it was before. But well, even like that looks not too bad, maybe a bit lighter. The third one and second one a bit darker. And it should be good. And you customize how strong intensive color should be. Can be like that, can be less, since our flower is not that strong, so maybe the last one should be not that intensive, so I can increase gamma, so it will be more calmed down. But we found a nice difference between the colors, and it looks pretty good. Second one I can make lighter it was before, and a bit lighter the first one as well. Okay, now it's look more naturally nice. And the last one in the rose. Rose. Guys, how are you doing? Still here? Or already disappear and tired of me? You can write something so I can see that you are live. So for the rose I have this texture. It's from the model that I set the link for you. And I don't need those. I just need diffuse color. Okay, it's a group I can open. Not in group but open. So this one will be for the flower, and for those also we need some material. Well, I can copy them, this one, and assign. Maybe it should be 2 different. Well, we can try to customize one material only. Let me see. Okay, we definitely need something green. What is that? Well, this one can works. This one's something from the rose, I believe, but maybe this one will be enough. Would be enough. Okay, and the color. So a bit more yellow and less saturation. Maybe lighter. And definitely don't want much color from it, because this one looks fine. Maybe more yellow. Okay, and let's back to the rose. So what we can do for it, guys, the questions a bit later. We'll finish this material and I believe we'll start with the questions. So for this one, I definitely want to change the color a bit and we'll work with translucency. So I'll probably increase saturation. I need some color. I want some color. Would be nice to have some color. Also, do I need to make it darker? Well, I can try. Why not? And then we'll start to work with translucency. So I can increase it. Maybe less. But we can set some color here. So I can select, for example, from here. And also, if you want different color in your rows, because there can be like inside some yellow, outside can be some pink, there are different kind of roses, so you can customize something similar. So I can set something yellow inside, for example. Well, how strong and colorful, it depends on you. Let me see all the objects, so it will complement, but also will be interesting. Can I increase translucency? Actually I can, but in this case I want to make the diffuse color darker, a bit less saturation, and you can see the pink here, and also the yellow color I'll make not that intensive, it's a bit too much, so it will be more nice. Oh yeah, this one looks really cool. Okay, let me see from the camera. And I believe I made a really cool job. One more thing I would add is vignette. I want some more dark parts around my picture. It will add a little dramatic effect, so I believe it would be nice to add it. So plus, and here you can find vignette and increase it, maybe even more. Ooh, okay, that looks good. Also you can turn on, for example, bloom and glare. Well, probably that's a bit too much, so I'll make it less. Maybe some glare intensity a bit stronger, not that much. 3, 5, 20. Well, up to you, but don't make it extremely a lot. Can be something like that. And I believe our picture is ready. So if you enjoy this workshop, you can like this video, subscribe to our channel, come to our course. But about the course I will tell you a few words a little in a minute. First we'll start the final render to see the whole result of our work today. I'll make it a little smaller, I think, so it will be faster. And turn on the noise. Good, and we can start. Okay. So, about the course, if you know or if you don't know, I'll tell you a few words about it. We have a huge, intensive course for beginners, for the people who just start work in 3ds Max, who have no clue how to work in 3ds Max, and for people who have chaotic in their head and want to implement more accurate workflow to their project. We have all the stages, so we'll start from the very beginning. We'll do the main basic stuff like viewport. I'll tell you about the tools, how you can use it, what you can use it, like main instrument. Also we'll do modeling. So there will be stage of the modeling. First we'll start customize our scene, so we'll build in walls, flooring, some of the furniture. We'll set up the scene, we'll customize the camera, we'll work with the settings of the camera. Then we'll go to the lighting stage. We'll have a look at different type of the lighting. We'll learn the tools for the lighting, and the final stage is, of course, materials. We'll do the same. Like first we'll work just with the colors, and after that we'll customize all the materials. And of course I will explain everything way more slower, way more detailed, because on the workshop I just click here, do that, blah, 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 like super fast. In the course I'll explain why you do that, why you should apply this setting, why you should use this map for this material and that map for that material, how you can customize to get the better result, for which kind of lighting you should use this reflection or that reflection. So all detailed explanation will be on all the stages, so don't worry. And after that there will be, of course, the final step is post-production. Well, you add some nice points to your picture to finalize it and be happy with the result that you reach on this course. As I said, it will be intensive training, but we'll do a lot of interesting work. We'll work on all the stages. We'll customize the different frames for your interior, and you will do it all by yourself, not me. I'll show you some stuff, but you will do it by yourself. And what else? That's me somewhere. No, not here is it. Not me. Too many people here. You can read about the program. Antonina should send you a link into the chat so you can read more detailed. And also we will have 16 online classes. It means that we will work intensively during the 4 weeks. In each week we will have 4 online lessons. Beside that, I will record the review for your homework, so you will upload it to our site. We have a site here. You will find the course somewhere, or for example 13. So here is the main lesson, 16 lessons online, 4 times per week. And here is everyday comments to your homework, well, after the first homework when I will give you. It's a video review, so I will point all the things that you should change, that you should improve, or is everything good, then you just can go to the next stage. Of course, all the videos will be in the record. You can see in the site and watch them anytime you want to. And in the upload your homework into the album, and you can see all the stages that you go through. So materials, base colors, modeling, marvelous designer, modeling, and everything you do by yourself. So it will be very exciting, very hard, but if you want to get fast result and understanding, because in a lot of courses it can be like long course, like 5 months, 6 months, and 1 lesson per week or something, and they will tell you about some tools, and when you will finish all the 5 weeks, you will just forget what you learned in the first few months. So when you have intensive course, you got all the package in the short time, and it still will be in your head, so you can implement immediately to your project, to your work, and you won't forget stuff. And everything will be in the records, so you can watch and return to some points that you forget and see how it works. Beside that, we have a support chat. It's a closed chat where you can answer all your questions in Discord. So you can ask all the questions that you stuck, that something not working, or you want to ask something. I can show you in the online workshops, online lessons. if you're interested in how to model something, how to create some of the material which is not in the course, so I can show you everything and answer all the questions that you have. So you won't stuck and continue work on your project, and in the end, when you will finish finally your work, I believe that you will super satisfied with your result and you put in to your portfolio and show your customer that you're able to create such a render, and a bit more practice and you will get nice projects for your work. Here you can see the works of our students from the previous courses and read their reviews from them. And also you can apply to any of the minimal, progressive, or maximal. Tomorrow our manager will call you and answer all your questions and tell you more detailed about the course, how it works, what you should do, what you should have, and so. As I said, this course is good for beginners, a little more than beginners, and a little more than beginners. So for all the stages, if you need to clarify some stuff that you're not sure how to work with. I hope it was useful for you. So if you are in this workshop, we always have special prices for people who join this workshop, so you can say tomorrow that you already was in this workshop and we'll give you a special price for this course and you can join. The start is very soon, in a week. We'll start the 6th March and we'll start with all our online lessons. So I hope it was useful. I hope you liked this workshop, and I hope I will see you on the course. So we'll work in very interesting and fun way. And let's see how our render looks like, and I'll answer all your questions that you have. So yeah, actually it's good. Fast render, 4% of the noise, and you can see all the details that we create. Well, for the book we can add some cover. I believe you can find something. So I hope you enjoyed this workshop, and let's go to your questions. So how much in US dollar? You can apply and tomorrow ask this question. I can say it now, but I'll believe a little more. I thank you for your great work. Thank you. After render, my saving image be darkness. Gamma option is reset result is the same. What problem? Tell me. Well, the first you can change the overrides. Here you can override and try this parameter, like it can be 2.2, it can be 1. Also there is script gamma. Let me check, where is it? No, not here. Technical. Yeah, output gamma. You can search for this script. And a plugin into Max, and it will help you to change it. And also if it's only in one, search for output gamma and it will help you to search to find this script. And also if it's only in one scene, not in the whole 3ds Max scenes, you can just merge it into the new scene and probably the problem will be solved. How to know the right light intensity for our scene? How to choose the right to illuminate our scene? That's a very hard question. I'm not able to answer it because it's all very situational. For example, for the HDR maps, look at the intensity of the sun. So if I know that I don't need strong light in my scene, also ambient light with the cloudy skies and everything. Also for the color, the blue color of the sky, so this part will be on your floor, so the shadows will be with slightly blue color. Also if the sky will be extremely blue, the shadows will be also extremely blue, so maybe you will need to saturate it a little bit. Also, the color of the floor will be on your ceiling, so you look at the intensity of the sun and you look at the colors, and also you try different maps. I'm not do it from the first try. I try a different one and select the one that I do like the best because of the color, because of the light that it gives me. So try different one and you will see how it works to your scene. The intensity of the light, it will be easier for you. So I mean, it's easier to customize because if you make, for example, too strong light, it won't be look good. If it will be not enough, your scene will be probably dark. So, for example, in our situation, we made this light not too strong, but in some other case, it can be more stronger. Why not? So it can be stronger, it can be not that strong. All depends of your reference, all depends of result that you want to reach. So make sure that it's not too dark and make sure that it's not too light. Oi, so many questions today. What software? We work in 3ds Max and Corona Render. And why my stream is long way ago. Do you do the UV mapping for such objects as those 3 types of flowers? As I said, the flowers are ready-made, so they're already mapping on this object. If model are ready, if it's not just gray model that you don't want, so usually the mappings is already there, so you don't need to customize it. In some cases maybe you will need to change something, but usually for the flowers you just plug in the maps and it works perfectly fine. Thank you for the class. I see that you use bitmap performance-wise. Does it make a difference to use bitmap or Corona plane? Corona bitmap. There is no difference at all. So you can use bitmap, you can use Corona bitmap. For me, why I'm using... Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Okay, one more render time. For me, why I'm using it, because I can just drag from the folder to the fold of material editor. If I want to use Corona bitmap, then I need to drag it here. Then I select the map from the folder and then I customize and plug it into diffuse or anything else. So in general, the work of them, it's absolutely the same. So you can use Corona or bitmap. For HDR map, it makes difference why I'm using Corona bitmap for HDR map, because it's more this already spherical. In bitmap you need to change it, and I don't remember for which one. Environment, yeah, environment and spherical. So you need to do some extra movements to get the ability that you can rotate normally your HDR map. In Corona map, in Corona bitmap, it's by default. Hi, how long did it take you to learn all of this? Your vlog is amazing. Well, I have a lot of years of experience, so that's not the right question. But if I had mentor like me, I probably will learn it way more faster. Yeah, texture I will upload to the I'll upload it a little later after we'll finish the workshop. Really great workshop, thank you. How to configure the interactive render to be faster? It depends on powerfulness of your computer. If your CPU are powerful, then interactive render will be faster. If not, then it will be not that fast, and it will take time to render it a bit longer. Can you upload map folder into another website? No, I'm just giving you the links to the sites, not the uploaded models by myself. The beginner's course is gold. Irena is a great teacher. I recommend for everyone who is starting. Thank you, Bernardo. Thank you. So listen to this guy. What Corona is. Corona is render system for rendering. There is V-Ray, Corona, F-Storm, and more of them, but we work in Corona. Why do you use Corona over V-Ray? Any practical benefits? I use 3 render system, Corona, F-Storm, and V-Ray, but for the course we'll select Corona because it's easier to learn it and fast to start. Only that reason, but all of this render system are great. V-Ray, I started work in V-Ray a long time ago, before the Corona not existed at that moment, so I worked many years in V-Ray, and Corona, as I said, just for the course. Version of Corona, using the 9 version, Corona 9, and my computer specification I already show in the beginning of this webinar, so you can see it Ryzen. But it doesn't mean that you need that strong and powerful computer, so you can start with less strong and you will see if it works for you, if not, and then set up the more powerful PC. English because we in English now, that's why. Okay guys, so I believe the questions I ended. I hope you enjoyed this workshop. Don't forget to like this video if you really enjoy it. If not, still like this video and subscribe to our channel, and see you next time. The next workshop will be very soon. I wish you a great evening and see you. Bye bye.